Do you ever wish you knew the secrets that the top actors in Hollywood took with them when they died? During the golden age of Westerns, the iconic actor Gary Cooper lived on a ranch that served as more than simply a getaway. What was found there following his death stunned everyone and altered our perception of things. Gary Cooper was a beloved Hollywood actor who played memorable roles in films such as Sergeant York and High Noon. There were many unknowns in his personal life as well. The world remembers him as the epitome of an American hero when he passed away in 1961. What was discovered on his massive California property, however, years later, would alter that perception irrevocably. Cooper hid cherished possessions, cherished memories, and surprising revelations about a distinct aspect of his life at the ranch, which was more than just a regular location. Expectedly, several of the artifacts unearthed were associated with his illustrious and lengthy film career. Anybody else? They surprised everyone by appearing out of nowhere. As he worked, he concealed aspects of his life from his co-workers. His inner circle of trusted loved ones and associates, together with his employees, guarded his deepest secrets. What was discovered in his residence goes beyond mere possessions. It delves into a man's efforts to compartmentalize his public and private lives, the latter of which was kept under wraps. The true tale begins at that point. Gary Cooper had an unusual existence. Despite his hectic schedule as a Hollywood mogul and one of the most recognized actors of his day, he relished his solitude. Cooper rejected the fame-obsessed lifestyle of many Hollywood stars. He opted instead to forge his own path in life, free from the scrutiny of his peers in the entertainment industry. His craving for solitude altered not only his leisure time but his entire existence. Real life was far more difficult than his cinematic persona of a quiet, gruff guy. Away from it all, his property was his sanctuary. The California hills weren't merely a place to find land and wildlife. He could escape the pressures of being a globally recognized celebrity in this location. You can almost feel the tranquility of the place when you think about it. It was just him, the sky, and nature. He wasn't one of those famous people who lives in the country. Truly, it was straightforward and unadorned. It was still an unusual existence. Cooper had more going on than met the eye, but only a select few in his inner circle understood this. Yet what was it that he truly wished to conceal? The actor's life was shrouded in secrecy despite his adoring followers from throughout the globe. What was it that he wished no one would know? What Cooper concealed at his property has been a topic of conversation for quite some time. Even though he spent a lot of time there alone, people couldn't stop curious about his secrets. At first glance, Gary Cooper wasn't always the most comprehensible. Despite his convincing portrayal of an American cowboy on film, he was completely untrustworthy in real life. One of the rumors that circulated was that he had married Veronica Balfi. One of the questions posed to them was whether or not their connection was genuine. Even though they were a powerful Hollywood couple, they still avoided discussing their differences in private. A large number of individuals believed that Cooper's property may provide light on the meaning of those phrases. Cooper found a sanctuary at the ranch, where he could focus on his profession, reflect on his life, and resolve personal issues. Unfortunately, the audience just saw the side of renowned individuals they wanted to see. Making Cooper appear like a Hollywood hero and macho figure was a joint effort between Cooper and the corporations who handled his business. To match a specific kind, he performed precisely what was requested of him. Still, there were times when this distorted image clashed with his true self when no one was looking. The disparity between his public and private personas only served to heighten the enigma around his identity. Cooper had other complaints about Hollywood, one of which was the tendency for things to become very clandestine. Even more so, this exacerbated Cooper's desire for solitude. An image that shielded the public from learning the reality was meticulously constructed by the guy who would become a Hollywood icon, much like many others in the industry at the time. Is the ranch still in play? He found that putting his life's narrative on paper gave him some measure of control over it. Getting away from the limelight in Hollywood wasn't the sole motivation. He now had a haven to call his own, away from the limelight thanks to Cooper's property. Parts of his life remained concealed even in this secluded sanctuary. The mysteries that lay concealed inside his ranch's walls remain a mystery to this day. Why did he feel the need to conceal it from everyone? What could possibly be so crucial? Everyone was astonished to see what was concealed behind the walls of Cooper's property now that he was dead. His findings went beyond mere details about his professional life or evidence of his deep affection for the planet. That wasn't even close to what was discovered. Only those closest to Gary Cooper were privy to this side of his personality. His private life's truth, which he had concealed from everyone, surprised them all. What led us here today was something that was discovered on his property, but has been kept secret for quite some time. Gary Cooper chose to keep some aspects of his life hidden, even from those closest to him. His hidden admiration for the American West and his acting performances were unrelated. Those long-buried truths are finally being revealed today, after many years. Although Cooper had a reputation for being reserved and shy, he made significant efforts to conceal other aspects of his life. Not many people understood the fascinating details of his life, such as his deep love for the forests and the emotional toll it had on him. So let's go further into his motivations and the reasons his tale goes beyond what the public witnessed. Who or what did he truly cherish? Did this renowned cowboy have any redeeming qualities beyond his rough exterior? There was no ordinary land on Gary Cooper's California property. Despite its vast open areas, towering mountains, and breathtaking views, it was more than simply a refuge from the madness of Hollywood. Cooper found a sanctuary on this ranch where he could be himself without fear of persecution. The tranquility and beauty were captivating. However, an eerie sense of something concealed lingered in the air. More than just a holiday spot, something truly special. The ranch's authentic, movie-set appearance demonstrated Cooper's fondness for the Western way of life. Wide porches, stone fireplaces, and wood beams gave the house a vintage atmosphere. However, this eerie anomaly persisted. A few of the structures appeared out of place among the surrounding landscape. There were dead ends, hidden passages that no one save Cooper could open, and difficult-to-open doors. People were filled with awe and imagination by these peculiar characteristics, wonderful things occurring inside their confines. Given Cooper's reputation for maintaining a steady public persona, why would he have secret hiding spots on his property? It became apparent that these hidden chambers were part of a larger plot after initially many people assumed it was due to the house's peculiar construction. Whatever of the chambers didn't appear to have been purpose-built for storage for whatever reason. Even his closest pals were in the dark about the rumor of hidden passages and chambers. By doing so, Cooper hoped to prevent someone from gaining access to a crucial item. So, was he simply an eccentric billionaire who preferred to keep to himself? Before anybody could make head or tail of it, rumors began to circulate about what Cooper could have been hiding. Was it as straightforward as a case of rare movie memorabilia, or was something else at play? The property was thought by some to be hiding confidential Hollywood materials, such as records or contracts, which Cooper wished no one would discover. Still others, with irrational notions about where to find treasure or even artifacts from battle, went even farther. The more I dug, the deeper the mystery got. Workers repairing Gary Cooper's ancient ranch uncovered something incredible that would alter our understanding of the legendary actor in profound ways. Hidden down beneath the walls was a secure chamber with items that no sane person would have dared to discover. The public now saw a previously unseen aspect of Cooper. Fans and Hollywood historians alike were taken aback by the revelations. In the vault, you may find original screenplays that bore Cooper's handwriting. His involvement in developing his iconic characters and the process by which he arrived at his thoughts were both revealed in these notes. These stories originated in films that no one had ever seen, and some of them got lost in the shuffle. Just one stop, though. This is not your typical false glamour photo. Instead, it features genuine moments of Cooper joking and laughing with other Hollywood stars, revealing a lighter side of him than his serious, austere, on-screen persona. Also preserved in the vault are these extremely rare photographs. Equally remarkable was the assortment of early film snippets preserved in the vault. Nobody had seen these classic films in decades. They revealed a side of Cooper we had never seen before, showcasing his greatest performance in ways we never imagined imaginable. More than merely artifacts were supposed to be discovered. Among the personal letters stored in the vault, we discovered a side of Cooper that was previously unknown to us. These private chats with prominent politicians demonstrate that Cooper's interests extended beyond the film industry. This was not a correspondence with colleagues or admirers. He detailed his ugliest secrets, unrequited loves, and the most heinous scandals in Hollywood in letters he sent to his late wife. The secrets he had carried to his grave were these: a contentious political position he had maintained throughout his career was also discussed in one of his letters. Despite his apparent wealth of knowledge, Cooper was cautious not to spill the beans to anybody. These results were already intriguing before the secret financial records came out. Supposedly, Cooper invested covertly in projects that had nothing to do with Hollywood and instead served to cast doubt on his motives. No one could trace the origin or destination of a large sum of money that mysteriously vanished. When it came out that Cooper had connections in the old Hollywood corporate world, suspicions were even higher. This gave the impression that Cooper's involvement extended well beyond the realm of filmmaking. From what could be seen in these company documents, Cooper's life was far from ordinary. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the vault was its assortment of rare and antique objects, some of which date back to the 1800s. Among them were various peculiar Western artifacts, some of which may have belonged to mythical Old West figures. The fact that no one could identify the owner or the origin of a peculiar assortment of antique firearms added an air of mystery. These relics were accompanied by handwritten diaries kept by Cooper, in which he detailed his encounters with Hollywood heavy hitters and his work in ways he would never have revealed to the general audience. The journals were an honest record of his thinking, even though they included ideas he had buried. Conversely, everyone was taken aback by the notes in Cooper's journal regarding his final days. As he battled cancer, he documented his fears and hardships in writing, shedding light on his previously secret health issues. His desire to preserve his legacy and reputation led him to conceal the fact that he appeared to be aware that his time was limited. Compared to the flamboyant character he had created for film, these posts revealed a far more real side to Cooper. For a long time, he concealed his emotions from everyone. Even his closest friends failed to grasp the human aspect of him that was shown in those final days. Gary Cooper revealed himself to be a guy of unfathomable depth, complexity, and secrecy, with each new artifact unearthed from that vault. Everything we believed we understood about him, that was only the beginning. Beyond revealing private information, the startling findings unearthed in Gary Cooper's vault altered the narrative around one of Hollywood's most renowned performers and actresses. The world and Hollywood were both profoundly affected by these discoveries. It was as if the plot thickened, revealing a character with more dimensions and facets than anyone had ever imagined. Gary Cooper was the epitome of the ideal Hollywood hero for a long time. He was an all-American, immaculately dressed actor, whose personal life matched his flawless acting career. The new evidence, however, demonstrated that behind Hollywood's glitzy facade occasionally existed a far more sinister and convoluted reality. Private correspondence, particularly those sent to prominent politicians and former Hollywood colleagues, verified rumored quarrels, commercial dealings, and contentious views that had previously remained hidden from the public eye. Relationships in Hollywood, as is common knowledge, may shift dramatically. Even the most beloved stars were entangled in the business drama, as these new details assist to demonstrate. The personal and professional relationships of Cooper were shown in these letters in a significantly different light. His letters revealed a less steady side when he conversed with other actors, directors, and producers, despite his pleasant and dependable performance as the film's leading man. The public learned about long-buried grudges, betrayals, and power struggles that had been going on behind the scenes. These discoveries cast doubt on Cooper's historical status in Hollywood by revealing that, like two other performers of his day, he operated in an industry rife with intrigue, rivalry, and mystery. Shock, curiosity, and disappointment were the common responses to these findings. The revelations regarding Cooper's private life surprised those who adored him for his iconic roles. There was widespread suspicion that the guy admired for his serene and healthy lifestyle was actually involved in double life and concealing information that contradicted their perceptions of him. Some viewers had trouble making the mental leap from the complex and imperfect guy depicted in the written word to the charming and charmingly flawed Cooper they witnessed on film. Hollywood historians, meanwhile, couldn't wait to peruse the fresh materials. The opportunity to alter history and get a more nuanced understanding of Cooper's effect led them to view these results as a treasure trove. In an effort to place these finds in context with the greater narrative of Hollywood's golden period, they examined the letters, bank documents, and rare images with great care. These discoveries painted a more complete picture of the man behind the narrative, which many people felt was vital. Nonetheless, several individuals felt deceived. They had imagined Gary Cooper to be the ideal American hero, and the outcomes disproved their notion. The question of whether Hollywood had been dishonest for decades and been aware of these lies was raised. The fundamental concern was whether these discoveries diminished Gary Cooper's reputation or enhanced his allure. To some, the disclosures were an attack on the positive image he had worked so hard to cultivate. They felt that the allure of his film roles was diminished when they learnt about his political opinions, apologies, and behind-the-scenes issues. These outcomes, however, added intrigue to Cooper's story for some. His admirers started to appreciate his multifaceted nature rather than viewing him as a flawless icon. He became even more famous as a result of the stark difference between his private and public lives. Controversy arose over whether or not Hollywood was aware of these facts from the start. Fans of Cooper may have known about his private life, but they may have chosen to keep quiet so he could maintain his popularity, according to others. His genuine character was supposedly concealed his entire life and was just now emerging, according to some. Many issues remain unsolved, adding to the mystery and curiosity even after the horrific findings at Gary Cooper's property. Is it possible that there are further riches that have yet to be discovered? Even while the vault contains many intriguing artifacts, some enthusiasts and experts think there may be more surprises waiting to be discovered. There are a lot of rooms on the ranch, and many people think that there are more secret rooms with more personal letters, film reels, or maybe even Moore's business records. Based on the amount that has already been found, it is not likely that this is a complete picture of Cooper's life. The idea that there are more unwritten stories or secret messages keeps people interested and makes them want to know if there are more surprises to come. Because of Cooper's business practices, people are also curious about another sector. Cooper maintained tight relationships with A-list Hollywood and political figures throughout his career. These connections could have shaped his career and given him the power to make decisions behind the scenes that no one else knew about. What part did these ties play in a bigger plan to get him a job? Did he utilize his fortune to enter the entertainment industry's business side? These unresolved problems give people time to think about how much power Cooper really has. Many of the artifacts and papers that have already been found have been sent to museums to show how Cooper lived and worked. On the other hand, some of the more personal items are kept in private collections and can't be seen by the public. The secret film reels and footage are especially interesting. Could some of this stuff that can't be seen be made public at some point? Fans still hope that these hidden gems will be found one day, which would help us understand Cooper's impact even more. The ranch, which is now a historic site, is a reminder of the ongoing debate over whether Cooper was hiding something bigger than anyone thought. People still guess about what might be out there and whether the man who built Hollywood's golden age kept secrets much more important than anyone could have imagined. Cooper's impact will continue to amaze and stump people for years to come, as long as there are unanswered questions and unsolved mysteries about his life. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated and click on the next video popping up on your screen. See you next time.